Hi, this is Chris Stillard with the Release Technique. And today I want to talk to you about programs. And what is a program? Well, a program is basically a very strong belief system. It's not just a single thought or a single feeling, but a whole bundled web of thoughts and feelings that are all tangled together and together create a strong belief, so strong that we often take it for granted as being true. Now, what is an example of a program? Well, one thing that I've heard a lot of people say is, no good deed goes unpunished. And what does that mean? Now, a lot of people say this, but where does it come from? Well, maybe back when we were children, these programs get passed down to us from family, from peers, or something happens to us, a situation happens, and in that moment, we really feel hurt or scared, and we make a decision, and we put in these programs ourselves. And as we've grown up, we've reinforced these programs. We've collected evidence to verify and validate that they're true to our own minds. And we just take them for granted as being true. But going back to this example, no good deed goes unpunished. How true can that be? And what is the effect of having such a program? Well, maybe you don't go around trusting people, or more importantly, trusting yourself. Or maybe you're afraid to step out, do something bold, start a new business, start a new relationship, really step out of your shell, show the world who you really are, be creative. Now, the effects of programs, almost every effect is detrimental to our liveliness. Some of the results of a program is selling yourself out, or being afraid, or sabotaging yourself. So it does you no good to hold on to these programs, and we think that we need to hold on to them. Why? Because we think that it's true. But what is it really? A sound in your head, that's all it is. How can you prove that it's true other than a sound that's playing in your head right now in this moment? So what if that sound wasn't true? And what if you could completely erase it and have the truth that you choose to have? What if it was totally up to you to determine your fate, to determine your abundance, to determine your happiness, and not leave it up to a sound in your head? Now, this is the power of letting go of programs, and we have a special retreat that's perhaps one of the most powerful retreats that we do all year. It's called the Mind Freedom Retreat, and it's in Vail, Colorado. It's starting on November 7th. And this retreat is all about erasing these big bundles of thoughts and feelings that we call programs, getting to the real truth of what's going on, totally letting it go. It's also about cleaning up the past. And it's wiping away all those fears and doubts, sounds that we've accumulated in our heads that hold us back. Totally letting it all go. This is really one of the deepest events that we do year-round. You don't want to miss it. So click the link below, check it out, and join us. It's super powerful, and it's going to create a big shift in your life. Check it out. Now, let's get clear on what's true for us right here in this moment. Now, if it is just a sound that's in your head, whose sound is it? Who is it who's listening to this sound? So somewhere in your experience you could recognize that there's a sound called a program, words, a belief, and then there's you who's listening to it. Now what if it's just you with no sound? How powerful would that be? Now, most of the time we're feeding our programs with negativity. And therefore, we really make them real. So, we're going to reverse that. And this is how we can erase these sounds and erase these programs. Now, could you let go of resisting the sound that's playing in your head? And could you let go of resisting it even more? And could you let go of wanting to be separate from these sounds? And could you let that go even more? Now it's just a choice. When you want to be separate from it and you're resisting it, that creates a very tight feeling and it gets you stuck. And it's just a choice. So could you let go of resisting it? And could you let that go a little bit more? And could you let that go even more? And could you let that go even more? And could you let it go even more? And even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. Probably feel a little bit more relaxed, at ease. And internally, notice if you feel quieter. The sounds are kind of diminished. So the more you let off of the negativity that you're pushing upon these sounds in your head, they just settle down. Now, if the absence of negativity is moving in the right direction, but it's really moving in the right direction by giving it love and being positive. Now, could you just give these sounds in your head some love and approval? Don't do it for any other reason than because you can. And could you give it some more love and approval? Just because. And could you give it even more love and approval? And even more. 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 So notice how you feel. Now, when you practice love, the sounds, they evaporate more and more and more. And there's one thing that's remaining. You. That I of you. Just like there was a sound, and there's you listening to the sound. That's the I of you. And there's nothing attached to it. It's just I. And when these sounds go away, there's nothing left but I. And that is the most delicious and powerful state you can exist in. Just being connected and aware of I, moment by moment. So I invite you to join us and really knock out all of the obstacles and frustrations and limitations and holdbacks that are just distracting you from seeing I all the time and expressing your real power. It's a huge thing and you can do it. Click the link below and join us. You'll be absolutely thrilled with this experience at the Mind Freedom Retreat.